Hi guys, I really hope that you're feeling a little bit better today. Man, that would be just so great. And I think a lot about you and what everybody's going through that's dealing with the variety of symptoms that they have. And I find that when I finally was going back out into the world, that this was such a hard place for me because I had been in so long. And I really didn't know how to be out there in the world again because, like many of you, we've been not able to socialize and hang out with people that we used to know or have conversations over the phone or or hang out with family members. You basically like lose touch with what your reality was at one time, and that's been on my mind so often since I have been able to come back out into the world. And I don't think people can really understand what something like that feels like when you've been in for so long and then you suddenly try or work very hard to get back out into the world. And I really think that it doesn't get discussed. I feel by many people out there, um, on YouTube or otherwise, about what it really feels like to be a very ill person and then suddenly go back out into the world today, and how different that feels than when you were out in the world before. And like I said, I think about it constantly because I am always aware of what I had to do and how I had to get to the place that I am today. I really found that this was such a challenging piece for me because I feel there is this underlying expectation that once you come back out, you were just kind of going to be the way that you used to be before you were taken out of the world by your illness. And I think that's not always the expectation of others, it's an expectation of ourselves that we're trying to live up to. Like, okay, this was me before, and try to be that same person, act like this. Um, in a variety of different scenarios. And I found that to be exhausting because I put so much pressure on myself to be like how I was before when I wasn't truly my authentic self uh, in that space. And I think for me now to do the work or um, have the goal of living in my authentic self is the most important to me because I was feeling that I couldn't fit in. I was feeling that I wasn't enough. I was feeling that I had to be this certain way in order to fit in. So I was putting myself into this like a trap where it was just like I was spinning my wheels. And I really had to listen to great people to really talk about that programming from such a young age and throughout our lives that we must be blank. And I needed to take away a lot of those layers of the programming so I could, which my illness actually did. It brought me down to no roles, no personality, no ego, no body, no mind, because that's how far I had to go to rediscover, one, how I could live, um, and two, uh, what that did to me by honoring all that happened to me during my illness. That it literally, I had to strip away all those things so that I could let my body heal, because it really showed me that I was trying constantly to be a certain way for others, to live up to others' expectations, and how that's drilled by our culture, our family, our conditioning of our teachers, peer pressure, and just, again, the word trying, I think, is so important here, because trying requires some type of effort. And I saw that it really it really wasn't surprising that I became ill when I started to look at that big umbrella of trying and what was underneath that trying word. So I just wanted to talk about that because I think about it often. It's a big um, thing for me. And like, again, I feel like it doesn't get discussed enough by ill people, and how different they feel when they're ill, when they're trying to recover from something, when they're amongst people that are well, when they're first coming out into the world. Like, all of those things for an ill person are very big. And we don't get acknowledged for all of that work that we have to do in order to get ourselves out there and in a more high functioning state of being. So I'm here as a reminder to cut yourself some slack. You don't have to be a certain way for people. Let your true self come out, whatever that feels like to you. Get rid of some of these labels that you've put on yourself, like I should be, stronger. I should act like this. I should be creating this. I should be more sensitive to my family members. There's these shoulds, what you're shoulding all over yourself. And I'm here to be a reminder to give yourself a break from that. Your body's trying to heal, your mind is trying to heal. So cut yourself some slack. Honor who you are underneath all of those things that you feel are you when they might not be you any longer, because your illness has stripped away a lot of those things that you thought that you were. So it's such a hot topic for me because I've seen how much I have had to focus on it. When I'm out with people, like, Petra, just be you. You don't have to try so hard to fit in. You can have a different opinion. You don't have to talk. You can let your light shine through. Just be you, whatever that is. And it's not about trying so hard, because as soon as you realize that you have to try so hard, you know that things are not in a good place for you. You're trying to live up to something. And I want you to be able to heal. And I just realized for myself that that was shedding a lot of the expectations that people had of me, and because I could no longer live up to them. I'm just a human being doing the best that I can out in this world. If somebody's not going to like me, they're not going to like me, and that's okay. And I may not, fit in with people that I used to hang out with. That's okay. I don't have to. This is our life. This is our world. This is our future. And we have evolved, we're changing, we're growing, and we have to live up to our own selves. What do I want? What do I need now while I'm going through this illness and afterwards? It's okay. You don't have to live up to anybody's standards of you at all, because that really was tough for me when I went back out, and it was very tiring. So I want you to just be your authentic selves and not have to try so hard for anybody to like you or love you or, you know, do the right thing constantly by someone else. Do the right thing for you. Do the right thing for you. You're healing and you're doing the best that you can with your healing. And you're going to keep going for you. Okay? But I just wanted to talk about that because I think about it constantly. Every day I think about it, Petra. I remind myself, Petra, be who you are. Be authentic in your space, in your being. And that allows my body to relax, my mind to relax in environments. And I stay true to myself and my own nature of who I am. All right, guys, but I love you. I want you to take care of yourself, honor yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. And always know that I'm thinking about you and you'll get better. Okay? Bye-bye.